Eliza. This is Gary, Colt, and Jack, and we're here to talk about the Budget Challenge.
The Budget Challenge is a simulation where the 8th grade learned how to pay bills, manage expenses, and invest in their 401k. I am going to talk about the contest objective. Some skills that we learned were paying bills, managing expenses, saving money, and investing in our retirement and more. Some skills that we needed to know were balancing our current and future cash needs, which means we needed to know how much we were putting in our 401k and if we had enough money to pay our bills. Paying bills on time and on budget, meaning we needed to know if we had enough money to pay bills and managing our cash flow. And then resourcefulness and understanding, which means that if we had paid a late or wrong bill, then we could contact the game and get our points back.
I'm going to be talking about how to play the game, and one of the initial aspects of what we had to do was choose the vendor selections. The vendor selections are what helped you decide how you play the game and what you have to pay for to make sure you have enough money. The first choice that we had to make was our apartment choice, and we could choose between a cheap apartment, which just didn't have any aspects of, didn't have any pros of it. We could choose a 2-bedroom one and could share with somebody. It costed more, but you could split it in between the people, so that could help out somebody that was low on money. Or you could choose a more expensive 1-bedroom one, which had more aspects and pros of it. You could also choose a car insurance. You can buy one that had a high deductible or low deductible. The one with the high deductible cost less, if you got in a car crash, it would cost more to help replace the car. Or you could buy one with a low deductible, but it costed more in the initial payment of it. For cell phones, you can buy one that's really cheap, but if it gets lost, stolen, or broken, you'd have to pay a whole lot more money to replace it. Or you could buy one that's really expensive, and if it gets stolen, lost, or broken, then it costs a whole lot less to replace it. And then one of the most important choices that we had to make was our bank account, and that decides how much money we have to put into our 401k, how much money we have to pay off our credit card bill, and different aspects like that.
I'll be talking about engagement score, which means being actively participating in the game. Budget Challenge wants all students to actively participate in the game because they believe in learning by doing. Even if you do miss some points or a bill due to mistakes, it is important to continue to increase your score. The 3 main things that help increase your score from student engagement are logging in regularly, paying bills, and taking weekly quizzes. Logging in regularly, Budget Challenge recommends logging in every 5 days, but for my personal success, I recommend logging in at least once a day because some drastic point scores can change within hours or overnight. Paying bills on time is important because no late fees should occur because every year that you do miss the late fee, it takes away points from your score in the end. Quizzes are important because if you do miss late fees, they can add on as extra points. Quizzes are like bonuses and they can help you succeed for extra.
2 of the most important things in the Budget Challenge were your credit card and the 401k. The 401k, as the money you put into it was the points you earned. You had to save money in your 401k to win the game. It depends though, because if you save more money in your 401k, you get less money and you can't pay your bills. So there's a balance between how much money I save and how much money I want to have to pay my bills. And if I barely had enough money, I could save less into my 401k. That way I would have more money in case something happened. Another important thing was the credit card. The credit card had a credit limit of $1,000. If you went over that, you lost a ton of points. But if your credit card went over $500, you started to lose a daily point fee, which did hurt a lot of people's scores. And to keep it below, you would pay your credit card regularly to keep it below $500. And the credit card charges included groceries, food, clothing, and regular everyday purchases. And the responsibilities the 8th grade had to have during this simulation was reviewing and paying bills on time, saving money into the 401k, managing your credit card balance and utilization, answering quizzes and surveys, and using the knowledge base and contacting customer service through the help desk for issue resolution.
Okay, now just to ask you a question, what did you learn from the game personally about what you're going to do when you get on your own and you have to manage your finances?
I think what's important is to know when your bills are going to be when your bills are going to be paid, so you can set reminders on either your phone or your computer, so you never miss a late fee, because if you do, that can snowball into a disaster.
I also think that I learned how to like manage my 401k, so I could always change it if I didn't have enough money or if I was going into debt. And I also learned how to pay my credit card bills and to keep it under $500.
Like what Eliza said, one of the most important things that I think I learned was to make sure to stay on top of the bills. If you lose track of a bill or you don't pay a bill, it can set you behind on what money that you have, and you could be low on money, and that could really affect you.
I thought the most important thing I learned was paying the credit card, because I already understood that you have to pay your bills if you're going to have money in life, and I didn't know how big of a deal the credit card was, and if you go over a certain amount on your credit card, you lose a ton of money.
Okay, thank you very much for presenting the Budget Challenge.
Bye.